What happened in qualifying for the Baku Grand Prix? I don't even know where to start. Literally, what happened with Lando Norris? No, what happened with Alex Albon? Let's talk about Alex Albon first. So going into Q3, Alex has had a difficult session. Pretty much been out qualified in Q2 by Franco Colapinto. Obviously, that's a bit stressful. Your new rookie teammate is getting the better of you. Blah, 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 blah. Then we go into Q3, and one of the mechanics have left the cool box on top of the airbox, like literally where above his helmet. They've left the massive cool box, freeze machine, whatever it is, to keep the engine cold. And then he's literally on the pit exit, and he's trying to like wiggle his arms to get it out. Like, oh, literally, Alex did not need that. He ended up qualifying P10 because he couldn't set a lap because that took too long. What an absolute disaster! If it's not one thing at Williams, it's something else. It's just always something going on. And Charles winning back-to-back weekends for the first time this year? I don't believe it. Something is definitely wrong at Red Bull. Max Verstappen has been out-qualified by Sergio Perez. Things are going to be so interesting tomorrow, purely because of these three guys all starting in and amongst each other. So you've got Max, then you've got Lewis, and then you've got Alonso. Like, these three alone is going to be worth watching. That is just going to be entertainment for the first opening laps. Something is going to go wrong. 100% something will go wrong between them. Good news for Ferrari. It looks like their upgrade package is working. And obviously we saw last weekend out, they have the tyre degradation. They have the straight line speed. So ultimately the two things that you really need to do, you need to control your tyres and you need straight line speed. So the thing that Charles proved last weekend, he has in abundance. Oscar started in P2. I mean, if we know anything about Oscar, it is that he hates to finish the first lap in second. So no doubt Oscar will be sending it left, right and centre to get ahead of Charles. So this all in all is going to make for a very exciting race tomorrow. Drop your comments below what you thought of today's qualifying and who do you think will actually go on to take the race of victory tomorrow? And does Lando really have a chance starting all the way in P17 to even get back into the points? Let me know below. What on earth went wrong? Right, we're talking about Q1. Right, we're talking about the fastest car on the grid. Arguably, it could be Ferrari this weekend, but predominantly it's been the McLaren. The McLaren has definitely been there or thereabouts. He couldn't even get out of Q1 today. Like, he couldn't even get out of Q1. I don't know why you'd leave it till last minute. There's some team issues going on there. Obviously, they've left it too last minute for him to get out. Lo and behold, it looks like there was a yellow flag. If you're McLaren, why would you even risk this for Lando Norris? It literally doesn't make any sense. So you've got one of the fastest cars, yet you're waiting towards the very end of the session to put in your fastest lap again. It makes no sense whatsoever. And we've seen it with Mercedes on numerous times where they've gone out last in either Q3 or Q2 just to make sure they get a good time, etc. But when you've got one of the fastest cars on the track, you don't need to be making those risks. You literally do not need to be making those risks. But lo and behold, it's now come to bite McLaren in the arse because Lando Norris is qualified P17. P17. And we're talking about this is the guy that is challenging Max for the World Championship. It's just qualified P17. And his teammate is qualified P2. So you had the car. You literally had the car this weekend to even get even more points on Max. So I'm not sure how fast and how quick it will take Lando to get through the rest of the field. But, oh my God, if it's not one thing, it is definitely another at McLaren. Literally, they are just the fumbles of the grid. Like, how can you make so many mistakes week in, week out? But hey, at least there'll be no chance of Oscar and Lando squabbling this weekend, right? Oliver Behrman, take a bow, my son. Qualified P11, so ahead of his teammate in his first weekend for Haas. Take a bow. Fantastic job.